Hello there. Has one of your friends told you a wild story? Did you look at that friend and say, "No way, I don't believe you"? Or the standard response, "Prove it"? Do you remember the story of Jesus and why we celebrate Easter? They nailed Jesus to a cross. On that cross, he died. That was what they used the cross for back in his time. And they did the same thing we do today when somebody dies. They buried Jesus. The only difference was they used a tomb and rolled a stone in front of the doorway. We know that Jesus didn't stay there. No, he rose from the grave. When people started hearing the news about Jesus being raised from the dead, they didn't believe it at all. How do I know? Well, the Bible tells us so. Listen here in Luke chapter 24, verses 33 through 35. That very hour, they got up and returned to Jerusalem. They found the 11 and those with them gathered together, who said, "The Lord has truly been raised and has appeared to Simon." Then they began to describe what had happened on the road and how he was made known to them in the breaking of bread. The story tells us that there were two people walking because they didn't have cars, to Emmaus from Jerusalem, about 7 miles. There was a third guy who began to walk with them. It was Jesus, after he had been raised, who was walking with them. Only thing is, they didn't know it was Jesus. He explained a lot to them about the scriptures, and they still didn't recognize him. It wasn't until they invited Jesus to their house that Jesus finally let them see it was him. They hurried back to Jerusalem to tell the others what had just happened. Not everyone had believed he was raised from the dead. When they arrived, they told them, "The Lord has truly been raised." The story is true. Not everyone believes this today. Be sure to tell them Jesus is no longer in the grave and that he lives. Keep telling others about Jesus and keep trying to live like Jesus. Thank you.